Every time Lexus drops a new LS, it's like a quiet revolution in the luxury car world. They don't shout about it. They don't go over the top with marketing hype. They just show up with something that makes you stop and say, wait, that's a Lexus? And the 2026 Lexus LS 500? Yeah, it's one of those moments again. So let's talk about it. Because this car, honestly, looks like Lexus finally decided to blend luxury, power, and a touch of futuristic confidence into one seriously sleek package. At first glance, the new LS 500 just feels different. The design team didn't completely throw away the old formula, but they've refined it in all the right ways. The spindle grille is still there, that big, bold Lexus face, but now it's more integrated. Smoother, less aggressive, and more elegant. It's like Lexus took the sharpness of the old design and gave it a deep breath of calm sophistication. The headlights are slimmer, more sculpted, and the overall stance of the car just screams presence, not flashy, but assertive. From the side, you'll notice a slightly more athletic shoulder line, and those new 21-inch wheels add just enough drama to remind you this isn't your typical chauffeur car. And out back, the taillights now stretch across the trunk with this subtle LED signature. That looks insane at night. It's the kind of car you glance back at every single time you park it. But what's really exciting this year is what's under the hood. Lexus has finally embraced the future in a way that feels smart. The 2026 LS 500 is now offered with an upgraded hybrid setup. Gone is the old twin-turbo V6 as the only option. Now you get a more refined hybrid powertrain that mixes performance with efficiency beautifully. We're talking about a new 3.5-liter hybrid V6 system paired with electric motors that give you instant torque when you want it and silence when you don't. The total power output sits around 420 horsepower, but it's the delivery that's changed. It's buttery smooth. That's what Lexus is known for. Quiet, controlled, and effortless motion. You don't need to floor it. You just glide. And surprisingly, Lexus has added something new this time. An optional active terrain mode. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't a hardcore off-roader. But the LS 500 has always been about comfort and control. And this new system gives it a little bit of extra confidence on rougher surfaces or rainy days. So if you find yourself on a country road or light gravel path, it keeps things steady and balanced. It's a nice touch for those who don't want to baby their luxury sedan. Now step inside, because this is where Lexus really flexes. The interior of the 2026 LS 500 looks like it was designed inside a 5-star spa. Everything feels meticulously thought out. They've added softer materials, redesigned the seats for even better lumbar support. And the stitching detail is ridiculous. It's like the leather was handcrafted by someone who's obsessed with perfection. The dashboard is now completely digital, with a massive 14-inch central display that finally feels modern and uncluttered. The interface is snappy, intuitive, and even supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which was long overdue. And then there's the ambient lighting. Lexus calls it luminous flow. It changes tones based on your drive, mode or mood lighting settings. So in Eco, you get soft blue hues. In Sport, it turns deep red. Small detail, big impact. It makes nighttime drives feel cinematic. Rear passengers haven't been forgotten either. The back seats recline almost like business-class airline seats, with their own touchscreens and even climate zone memory. Honestly, if I owned one, I'd almost rather sit in the back. And the sound system? Oh man. The new Mark Levinson 3D surround setup has 23 speakers, strategically placed to create what Lexus calls a sound bubble. Whether you're listening to classical, hip-hop, or podcasts, it feels like you're in your own private. Now about driving dynamics, one of the biggest improvements in the 2026 LS 500 is refinement. Lexus has reworked the suspension and chassis tuning. There's more isolation from bumps, but also tighter control when cornering. It's no sports car, and it doesn't pretend to be, but it feels confident, like it's reading the road ahead of you. The steering feedback is more natural, the braking is smoother, and the hybrid system transitions between gas and electric power almost invisibly. It's one of those cars where you can drive for hours and still step out feeling relaxed. Price-wise, the 2026 LS 500 is expected to start around $85,000 and go up past $110,000. For the fully loaded hybrid executive trim, yeah, that's a lot of money, but it's also a lot of car. When you compare it to rivals like the BMW 7 Series or the Mercedes S-Class, Lexus is offering that same level of comfort and luxury, but with the reliability and calmness that only Lexus buyers really appreciate. Plus, with the hybrid option, you're looking at noticeably better fuel economy, around 28 miles per gallon combined, which is impressive for a car this size. Now, if you're wondering how it compares to past models, the difference is clear. The older LS was great, smooth, quiet, luxurious, but it was starting to feel dated. The tech was lagging behind, and the design felt more conservative. The 2026 model changes that completely. It's bolder, more connected, and finally feels like it belongs in this new generation of high-tech luxury sedans. It's still unmistakably Lexus, that calm. Composed DNA is still there, but it's more expressive now. And I think that's what makes it special. Lexus didn't try to copy the Germans. They doubled down on what they do best: comfort, craftsmanship, and that silky, effortless feel that makes driving pure joy. I'll say this: if you're someone who values quiet sophistication over bragging rights, the 2026 LS 500 might be the car to watch. It's not trying to impress you with wild horsepower numbers or gimmicks. It's just confident, like it knows exactly what it is. A luxury sedan built to make every drive feel like an escape. So what do you think? Would you take the 2026 Lexus LS 500 over an S-Class or a BMW 7 Series? Or do you think Lexus still has some catching up to do in the performance department? Let me know in the comments. I'm super curious to hear what you guys think. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, give it a like. Subscribe for more car deep dives. And stay tuned, because next up, we're looking at something wild coming from Lexus's F division. And trust me, you won't want to miss it.